Right everyone, we're back again. Matt Alex's.
So we've had a look at this face. We found quite a bit of a crown in this face, which we've smoothed out. But we've also got a minor crack here, which we're not too worried about. We might put a spot of weld on the back just to reinforce it. But getting a decent case that's not been helicoiled, at least we know this is not helicoiled, and it's more likely to be better.
Yeah.
We're going to use some Loctite 518, I think it is, which will do up to 1/4 mil. Yeah, so it should seal up. So we're going to build up the crosspin diff, get everything measured out and gapped correctly, and all the preload on the bearings.
We'll do all that, and
then we'll do the transfer case, and that should be ready to fit back in on the engine.
Yeah. So when we last left you, we had everything built up pretty much by the diff. Then Alex, over the weekend, managed to find that little crack in it once we sanded everything down. So
I used lapping paste on it, like you do for valves, just to show any high spots or anything on here.
And you just got a straight edge across there,
yeah,
didn't you?
A straight edge, and we did have a crown there where obviously where the diff pin did hit the case, which is shock loaded that, but there's plenty of face there where it's not gonna.
Yeah, I mean it's much better to use this known good case, isn't it, than
the only other ones available were either unknown or helicoiled.
Yeah.
This has not been helicoiled, so I prefer that at the moment.
So what we're going to do next is we're going to get the torque settings, aren't we? And then bolt it down.
I'm going to bolt it down and I'm going to see if I've got the kit for doing aluminium welding. Can't remember if I've still got it.
Yeah. And if not, I mean, it's no bigger.
I'm not worried about it. I just thought while we've got it, we might as well reinforce it.
Yeah, because on these, is it the later boxes, you don't have a gasket, do they? It's just...
No, this is RTV.
Yeah.
What we're using.
Side of that layer.
Somewhere in there, I've got some Loctite flange sealer, which I prefer to use. It's a much nicer sealer. Yeah.
Because there's plenty of gasket sealers you can use in there, but we've got some good stuff, so yeah, we'll get that on there, get it built up, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes when yeah, we've had a few more checks. So we're thinking that we've got this big clamp on it and we've tightened it down, reduced the gap in there. Now you can't see any daylight coming through the gap now where you used to before, where you can actually see where the pins hit it. So see if we can get a bit of heat on there with a bit of weld, hopefully, and see if it'll pull things back into position. Do you like a bit of fire? So we're just warming it up to see if we can get that slight bend in the casting out.
Get that out. Let me slide that across from what I remember.
Shiny. All new shims with it. So if I grab that, where's the old one? Over there. There's a look at that one. And then we'll look at the remains of this one. Here's your crown wheel, which will refit. There's the old casing where that pin used to go through. A single pin.
And the failed roll pin.
And the failed roll pin is there. There we go.
That out, so put through there, put that in there. Then put these in.
Panic gear.
And unbroken one for a change. Get a gentle tap. Shouldn't take much force on any of this.
Yeah. I need a bit more with a gentle tap.
Push on. Don't want to go too far. Let me get soft faced hammer. And my rackets out. I like dropping things. It's great, isn't it? Right, so that goes into there. Take another one of these. Take this. And another one of those. Put that in. Tell you what, I don't even have to.
There is a knack to doing these, I know there is. It's a bit of an in and out thing.
No, it's like anything else, it's experience. I've
Yeah.
only done one before.
And we find is they'll only go in one way round and one way up.
Power and punch. Give that a gentle tap, but I don't want to. Shouldn't be having to wallop anything on this.
Things going in.
Not enough hands.
Yeah. Oh, there's on the floor again.
That's the cap head that holds everything together. So, sure we've got the angle. Oh no, we haven't.
No, is it the wrong way up?
Got that wrong way up.
Wrong way up. See?
Go back the other way.
Pause, try again. Right, so it's now halfway built up, and that now, that now turns nice and freely. So when you're doing it, make sure you don't forget to put the cap head screw in there, and make sure you take your old thrust washers off, otherwise you'll have a bad time fitting it and putting new ones on. And then you get the crown wheel. It's probably easiest to put this bit in the bike, isn't it, really?
So pop that. Pop that on there. Some new lock washers. Torque everything up.
Yep, torque setting comes with the instructions, 60 foot-pound. So we'll torque it up and then get ready to put it back in the gearbox. So we've got the main pin through.
Yep.
But it's aligning, there's a little hole for retaining bolt that goes through that pin. I'm sure people who do these all the time know how to put them in just right, but just lining it up is a little bit tricky. I think you've got to try and get it at like a 12 o'clock position there to get it in. It just takes a little bit of fettling and getting backwards and forwards, but...
And you've also got to get this lined up.
Yep, with that hole as well.
Yep.
And then it all slides together.
It does say in the instructions, don't use only hand fastening, but...
They're a little bit tight, aren't they?
Yeah. Let me have a good look at it again.
Well, that is what they look like when they're almost assembled. Okay, the diff is in-ish. So this is what it looks like when without the cover on. So this is Mini Spare's 4-pin diff, cross-pin diff. And yeah, the difference is it's just a lot stronger than the original. There's more gears, there's more pins, there's less things to break.
More things to take the stress.
Yeah, which you're going to need in a bigger engine with more power. So yeah, this is what it looks like without the cover on. And it's not a limited slip disc, so you know it is still independent. You can just see the gears in there turning. And when you turn the entire thing, you see the output there. Oh, well, that'd be the input.
These are outputs, yep.
And that'd be the output. And then on this side is where the speedo drive goes on the end there. So yeah, we're getting there. Gonna Loctite these in.
Yeah, we're just gonna put a couple of dots because looks like they have spun previously.
Yep.
Just to give them a little bit of security. That's it really, we'll get it and then get shimmed up.
Yep, and glued up. People like this, watching this stuff. So Mark will put some music over it.
Good part about this, it will seal quite a fair way. but it doesn't set in the oil. So if you do get any oil galleries, it's not clogging your oil galleries.
Yeah.
That's why I like this stuff. So this bit, where we've got a gap, is where we're going to have to be
a bit more liberal with it.
Yeah, well, we can wipe it off after.
Yeah. Very nice. Some things.
So, torque this end cover up. We've only nipped these bolts up, we haven't torqued them up. And from there, we're going to just hand tighten these, just nip them up. No more than nipped up. Because there's no gasket in there. There's full gasket and everything in that side. Then, once we've got that up, we're going to take a feeler blades, measure the clearance between there. So in this case, that is 1.5. It's a bit tight on the 1.5. It's probably out 1 thou clearance. That's as small as mine goes. So we're going to, as soon as I can get 1.5 in, I'm going to say that's a 1 thou. If we look at the manual on here, for a 0 to 1 thou clearance, we want an 8 thou shim. So we're at an 8, around about an 8,000th of a shim we're after.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, these are, even though this is an A+, the bearings that are supplied are the earlier type that need a 1 to 2 thou clearance, not the later type thrust bearings that need a 4,000 clearance. So
just in case we don't want to make that mistake and end up with...
Yeah, so these are the bearings that the earlier type, the other ones you can tell, the thrust ones, because they have this brown carrier in them, so they need a slightly bigger preload.
Yeah.
We've got the earlier type that came with a rebuild kit from these pairs.
Because I know those bearings will look a bit thinner as well, aren't they? Like
yeah, they're a bit thinner.
Yeah.
They take thrust, so let's zero that out. We need a shim, which is none of those. There's one there. 7 thousandths. That's probably what we need looking at the chart. So
that's 7 thou shim.
7 or 8. We're getting 1.5, 1 to 1.5. So I'm going to use a 7 thousandths shim. Then we take this off, put a gasket on, seal it, put it all back, and then torque all these and look all them out.
Okay, doke. Yeah, so you can see the difference in that bearing now. It's not got that brown carrier, and it does look a bit more stout.
You just require a slightly different preload settings. So.
Yeah. So what's this sealant that you're putting on there now?
This is Loctite flange sealer 518. It will do up to 0.25 of a millimetre gap. I find it a little bit better than RTV, but it's like anything else, it's all personal preference.
Yeah, you used Hylamar before and stuff. I've seen people use that.
And this is like a modern version of Hylamar.
Yeah, some good stuff.
And it's non-setting, so if it does get in any oil galleries, it doesn't clog them up like RTV and silicones can.
Yeah, is that the same stuff that we're going to use for the actual gearbox?
Everything, yeah.
Everything,
pretty
yeah.
much. My sealant of choice these days.
Excellent. Just replacing the aluminium ring with the O-ring on it.
And then we've got
nicely in there.
Got a Valtane seal rather than the one that comes in. So from Somerford, the Japanese seals.
Wonderful. Don't want any leaks on this gearbox. So we've borrowed a tool from our mate Ian, which is going to hopefully pull the outer race of this bearing out of the transfer case out. So got a tool cut half bits in there, slide that on, whiz that on, and then that should hopefully pull that out, and then we'll replace it with a new one. When the bearing is just that stuck. Got a local heater. Let's see if we can get any heat in it to try and get that out.
Coverage when we put it back in the car.
Oil in that new bearing. It was that quick. Changing that bearing with a special tool. Didn't even get to film it. But it's nice and easy. Just got a little puller on there and get that back in. Central oil pickups in now as well. That's hiding right down there.
Yep.
Yeah, so looking good now. So
just need to set up the idler, make sure that it's within specification. So we'll show you that in a minute once we've got everything prepped.
Okay, so we're talking up the flywheel housing bolts now, just the lower half of them.
Just going to do what's surrounding where the idler bearing sits.
Yep, because then we're going to measure the clearance.
So we can measure what that plate is there.
Oh, we're going to measure there, in there. So get that. Then we know what thickness of washer we need for there.
3 8/1000 of clearance.
Okay.
Is what we require. So I'm just going to not chuck my feeler blades everywhere. Get that set out. Let's get an 8 first. Got a feeling we might need a broader washer. As you can see, we put the gasket in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too big. That's
it's a bit sloppy, that, isn't it?
Yep. So we're gonna have to put a bigger one in.
Get a bigger washer.
See what we've got. So go 9 down. We're about between 9 and 10, I suspect. Yeah, it's 10,000. That it's tight 10,000s. So we need one of what we've got plus at least 2,000s, possibly more, to bring it within specification.
Okay, so we'll take it back off again, measure what we've got, and then see what we need.
See what we've got.
Okie dokie. Do that again.
So that one's 0.1345. Probably 0.134. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what we've got here. Same again, and then we'll see what we've got lying around and hope I've got one right size.
See what you've got in stock from the other gearboxes that you've done.
So we've been through the stock and found a couple that's slightly larger. These were 134, I think these are 1355. And in measuring it, we've retorqued everything. We're getting a tight 6,000s of clearance, but on the 5 it's a little bit on the loose side. It's about 5,500 of clearance, which our specifications for this, yep, so that's a loose. Specifications are between 3 and 6, 3 and 8, I think it is.
3 and 8, I think you said, yep.
So we're in the middle of the specification, so that's now in spec.
Yep.
So that's set. The only other thing left for us to do is put the speedo housing on, seal all that up.
And then, yeah, good stuff. Right, everyone, that's pretty much the box built up. Speedo housings on the end.
Just going to put speedo drive in, actually.
Yeah. Transfer cases on. Everything's been shimmed. Centre oil pickup in. And yeah, so we've gone from a broken diff pin to a 4-pin diff. Bit of a rebuild, new bolt rings. Yeah, and now would you Adam and Eve, it's just started to rain as well. So yeah, big thanks to Alex to help doing this, and Ian Flanders parts, and yes, so this is, you know, a garage rebuild, what you can do at home. Yes, you do need some specialist tools, they do help, but yeah, it's not beyond the realms of you know, anyone to do in the garage really. But there are, as we said before, specialist mini gearbox rebuilders out there.
And if you want to see some YouTube videos on details on some of this stuff, Guessworks has a good 6 series, is well worth watching.
Yeah,
some more detail than we've gone into.
Yeah, we probably do it, you know, they do it all the time, don't they? So
yeah, John's a good guy as well.
So the next video really, we should see this going mounted back to the engine, getting it back in and running again. So yeah, I'm gonna head home.
I'm gonna close the window, I'm in a shanty.
Right, we'll call it there guys. We'll see you next time.